Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Oh, another week.
Another week. We are back. Welcome back to the PM and the AM podcast. I'm your host, Porter McNeely, here with.
I'm Blake Bushman.
Oh, he got his own name right this week.
I didn't say I'm with myself this week, so we already started off better than we did last week.
I didn't want to like say anything because I wanted to see what you did there. So
I could feel it coming.
Excellent work
I
there.
almost panicked and said the same thing.
I'm proud of you, Blake. We made improvements this week, and honestly, that was kind of a theme for the entire podcast this week. You know, we had some big accomplishments.
We did actually, yeah.
I was really impressed. So this last week, we started a YouTube channel, and we're already the most popular people ever on YouTube. So.
Yeah, no, we reached trending, whatever you call that on YouTube.
Yeah, we were the top podcast ever. Right. So no big deal. Just kidding. So we want you guys to make sure to like and subscribe. You know, help us out, help your boys out on YouTube.
Yeah, we actually got as many, or almost as many listens on YouTube as we did on the rest of the other ones combined. So,
which is kind of surprising because I wasn't so sure how much people were going to want to see us, but I guess it is funny because we will be like showing our screen sometimes so you can see some of the crazy things we're going to be talking about, as well as you get to see some beautiful mugs.
Well, that's true. I mean, if you remember on Twitter, like one of the very first fan interactions we had is that we got called attractive.
That is right.
But that we were also probably catfish or something.
Yeah,
so this is really the only reason that we started doing it on YouTube was as a testament to show that we're real people.
Oh yeah. So we're just getting the word out there. We did hit another big milestone this week, which was pretty impressive. You know, we literally started recording this podcast in a closet with a very terrible mic. We've since upgraded to a whole room and a better mic. And it's a lot more comfortable for sure. And, you know, we hit 2,500 total plays between Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. And it's not a lot compared to other shows and stuff, but what did you think about when I sent that out this morning?
It made me think of when we first started recording in that little closet, and I had to sit on a cooler.
We only had one chair.
Yeah, we had one chair.
I got the captain's chair.
And then Porter would sit in that because he's all high and mighty.
That's true.
And then I sat on a cooler, and Daxton sat on some stool or something that we had. I don't remember what it was. So we've definitely come quite a ways from there. So we're grateful for all the support and everything that you guys have helped us through and the start of this podcast. So it's been pretty awesome.
For sure. It's wild. 2,500 to me is like, I can't believe that many people have listened.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
Yeah, played our episodes. So shout out to you guys. It's awesome. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed doing it until, you know, just recently when we started back up, and it's been an absolute blast. So thanks, guys. It actually really means a lot to us.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of support, we actually have been getting some reviews in, and we got one in particular that I was extremely excited about when we got it, because it was a little bit of a challenge from a fan.
Yikes.
So this one comes in from Good Luck. Oof. And it says 10 out of 10. This is a great podcast. Top-notch comedy. Definitely workout worthy.
Okay.
I'm extending a challenge. I matched with Porter on a dating app. What? If y'all can figure out who I am, I'll treat him to dinner at a restaurant of his choice, and he can even wear his Crocs.
What the heck?
All right, so Porter, here's the big question. You got dinner on the line.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I have no idea.
Because I don't know who you talk to. I mean, I know you're a lady killer.
Straight up, I think somebody's trolling me. Like, straight up, I guarantee you it's just one of the boys somewhere is just like making this up, trying to make me look foolish.
Well, if it is one of the boys and you get it right, they're going to have to take you out to dinner. So you might as well throw out some names.
But I definitely did not match with a guy on a dating app. I want to make that clear. Come on, Blake. That's kind of messed up.
It's one of his boys that he matched with on Tinder.
And also, like, I only know one person or like a couple people that say y'all, and I definitely don't think this was them. So I really am confused by this.
We need a name.
Yeah, for the greater good, please just step forward if this was you. I'm looking forward to teppanyaki in my Crocs. That's all I can say.
I mean, they only pay if you say their name. So
Yeah.
otherwise, if I'm gonna extend the challenge and good luck, you can thank me later for this. If Porter gets it wrong,
No.
he pays for dinner at a restaurant of
Oof.
your choice.
Oh no. See,
And
somehow this
he still
positive
is gonna
thing,
wear his Crocs.
this thing that was supposed to, you know, better my life comes back to haunt me because Blake switches it over on me. So then I have to spend
Hey,
a bunch
I'm
of
not
money.
switching it. I'm just extending it. So, I mean, I just want to know if you have any
There
ideas.
honestly is a lot of controversy here because I'm really 100% confused. I appreciate the review regardless. And,
I mean, 5 stars. So
yeah.
they
5 stars, but 10 out of
I
10.
was gonna say they actually gave us 10 out of 10. So if there had been an option
5
for more
bonus stars.
stars, we would have gotten more stars. I would like to make that known. However, I guess this was on Apple Podcasts, so they like to limit us because
You can only have so many stars, you know?
right. So pretty lame, but I like to think we got 10 out of 5 stars.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I appreciate you, mystery woman or
No, don't say
homie.
it. Don't say it. Don't say it. We're hoping for the best here. We really are.
Yeah,
Come on, come on,
please
come on.
here, please. You can DM us on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
Um,
Step forward.
please step forward because I am extremely curious. You can even, I mean, I'm Blake underscore Bushman. Feel free to find me if you don't want
They
Porter to
tell
know
you,
who it
yeah.
is. Then we can
I'm just not in the
taunt him
know.
together. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to finding out who this is. So
Anyway, thanks for the review. We're gonna get into one of my famous Porter's Pro tips.
that's what you got for us this
I've
week.
got a
Porter.
fire one. With school semester starting back up, I just wanted to advise everybody to be careful about their school schedule during COVID for a couple of reasons. I've had some experiences. Last semester I had a in-person class where the teacher was just like so boring that the first day of class there's like 15 people there in person, all masked up, separated, safe and whatever. But he was so boring and so bad that by like the fourth class it was down to me and one other person.
Oh
And
man.
the night before, it had been a long night. So literally, I'm sitting right in front of the professor. He's lecturing to me and some other kid in the very back, and I passed out.
Oh.
It was awful. That's why you gotta be smart with your scheduling because it's different. Before you would fall asleep in a class full of 30 people, you wouldn't feel bad for the teacher. You're like, oh, I had a long night, whatever. But when it's literally just you and then the
Why did you
teacher,
stay? That's the real. If I walked in and there was only me in that class, I would have said, "Look, man, I'm sorry, but this is a little weird." I would have walked out into the hallway and gotten on the Zoom call.
yeah,
Guaranteed.
it was strange, but it was calculus and I needed it. It wasn't the first time I was taking the class, I'll put it that way. So I was really trying, I told myself I need to go. After that, I just stopped going, did the online textbook, and I passed the class. So, that was always a good thing. Um, but I had another experience actually just today with that where live stream classes just aren't for me. Live stream classes is where the teacher's in like his office and he's given the class over Microsoft Teams in this case.
Essentially, what that other class turned into.
Yeah.
Is basically what.
But I just can't do it. I lose my train of thought. I'm doing laundry, I'm cooking, and then I fell asleep during that one too. Listening to class in bed is obviously not a good idea, but I tried it, and for that reason, I do not understand business law still. So
Is that because there's been one class that you've had to take a couple of times?
no.
That's
This,
not it.
this is a new one. Yeah,
well.
it's managerial accounting. We're on the second go around this time, but I got that one in the bag.
All right.
So yeah, just be smart with your school schedules. Make sure you just like plan out how you can learn. Like this is a really good tip. Just make how you learn and just plan it out that way so you don't just sleep during everything.
I mean, I have a hard time staying. I'm
Mhm.
notoriously a sleeper.
Yeah.
Let's say that. There was a long time that I could not tell you a single time that I stayed awake for a whole class.
Oh my
like
gosh.
a whole lecture. If I went,
That's tragic.
I tried energy drinks. I tried everything, and nothing worked.
Wow.
But actually, actually, came up as a good excuse for me though in the long run because now I went to the doctor and he's like, "Oh yeah, you have this and that makes you tired." And so now I fall asleep at work sometimes. Not anymore. I haven't in a while. When I
Well, you
first,
work in a furniture store. That'd be tough.
well, yeah, I sit down in the lazy boy, and
Whew.
the next thing I know, I'm
Whew.
the model for
Yeah, that's actually a good
no,
point.
for
You're
real.
just the
People are like,
mannequin.
"Wow, that must be comfortable. Let me
Yeah.
try it." No, but my boss would walk by and he'd see me kind of
Those
pull, pulling one of these. If
got
you guys
ourselves in
listening to the podcast
order.
version, you won't know what I was just doing. I was pulling an excellent falling asleep action.
Action.
But it's become a great excuse for me because now if I fall asleep and be like, "Sorry, man, got a medically diagnosed problem," I
Yeah,
fall asleep everywhere. So you just got to get that. You go to the doctor and tell him, "Hey, man,
that's
I fall
Blake's pro
asleep."
tip right there. That's actually
That's true,
money.
yeah. But into that, we'll go right into my buys because I have some excellent Blake's buys this week that I am really excited about.
Oh
And
boy.
this week I
Oh
decided
boy.
to focus on bathroom
Oh no.
essentials.
Ay ay ay.
So the first one is something that I don't know how to describe it, but first I have a little bit of a question and a story for you, Porter.
All right.
Have you ever had the chicken pox?
I have not. No,
You
I'm
haven't.
vaccinated.
I've
Yeah.
actually had the chicken pox twice.
No, that's impossible.
Yeah, that's what I was told too, but apparently that's a big lie. So big pharma is telling that to you.
That's what they want you to
That's
think.
what they want you to think. No,
Just
so
when you're gonna get
I've had
shingles.
chicken pox twice. One time was in the 6th grade,
Oh no.
and my family was going on a trip, and I had to get rid of them
Ooh.
quick. And if you don't know, one of the tips to get rid of the chicken pox is to take an oatmeal bath.
No way.
Yeah, so you fill up your bathtub,
What the
put oatmeal in there, and apparently, the oats get into your. I don't know. This could be like an old wives' tale, but I'm pretty sure we went to the
like
store
peanut butter
and
in your
bought
hair
like
when you get gum in
chicken
there?
pox oatmeal. Like I'm pretty
Okay.
sure this was a thing.
That's weird.
So, anyways,
Right
I've
next to your Quaker Oats, chicken pox, oatmeal.
yeah, and so that was
Non-edible.
that's your breakfast. What I found for this week's buy is actually the dinner variant. It's not for chicken pox, but it's almost like a bath bomb or a bath salts, but for men because it
Oh,
is
no.
roast beef sandwich bath soak.
Ew.
So you
Oh, that
and
just
it
made me
is
cringe.
and it is made to put in the bathtub, and it smells like au jus.
I guess it could be worse.
So
We did the bacon soap. Imagine lathering up in the
yeah,
bacon soap while you're taking a roast beef
right.
bath.
So that we're going full on meat
Ew.
smelling.
All the wild dogs in the world are going to be coming flying to your
That's
house.
yeah. Do not use this bath soak
That's
and then
weird.
go into the wild.
What's up with like they think like men? They want meat, meat
want-
bath products.
Man, men like meat. You know what they should smell
Oh, what
like?
if it's like meat deodorant?
Roast beef.
Oh, ew.
Oh, I guarantee you there's a meat deodorant somewhere.
Ew.
I absolutely guarantee.
Is there a vegan version of this bath bomb by chance?
I mean, I don't know if any meat is actually involved in the making of this, so this
Just a
probably
slab
is
of roast beef.
this probably is vegan friendly.
Okay.
But I mean,
Perfect.
even right there in the picture for it, it says it's a new way to enjoy a French dip.
Okay.
So you,
I like
so you're
the
taking a
pun
dip,
there, yeah.
and you're gonna end up smelling like some roast beef sandwiches. So that was the first one.
I can't say I'm not curious to try.
That's the thing. I mean,
Like it's weird, but it would like same with the bacon soap. Like it's just the curiosity aspect that kind of
now,
gets me.
now, do you know? Are bath salts? Wait,
Bath salts, I think, is a drug.
yeah, I was gonna say.
I think it's
No,
like a thing you bath in,
No,
but if
right
you
here
smoke it,
it
huff it or
says
something-
bath salts.
Okay.
Right there. So maybe they do bath
It's a
salts.
roast beef bath
I would
salt.
not recommend doing roast beef bath salts as a drug. It might taste way better than normal bath salts. I can't.
Those side effects have to be crazy. Not only is it bath salts, it's
But-
roast beef.
So I don't know if when people take a bath using the bath salts, is that like purely for smell, or is there like also a mineral component in there that's supposed to be beneficial? Do you know?
Bath salts? I think there
Yeah.
is some sort of a mineral component that's
Yes.
like healthy or
So
whatever.
I'm pretty sure this involves something like that. But I'm not positive. You could end up just smelling like meat and have no benefit to it.
Huh.
But on the bright side, you're gonna smell delicious. So
Beef minerals.
then the second one I have is one that I am even more excited about. Oh, by the way, that you can get that roast beef bath salt on Amazon for 13.99.
We're always like staying under 20. I feel like, yeah, it's a good
I'm
deal.
all about
A
living on a
bargain.
budget.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
This next one is 17.95, so we're still under 20, and it is a talking toilet paper spindle. So let me
Whoa.
explain this to you. It's you know the roll that you put the toilet paper on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The spindle, you mean?
Is that what I just called it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this the spindle, I'm saying that for our listeners who aren't as advanced as we
Okay,
are in
okay,
the
okay. Yeah,
English
yeah, yeah,
language.
yeah, yeah.
We have some Australian listeners out there, and I'm not
They
sure.
probably call it a spindle. That's probably why it
No,
is
they
that.
probably call it a.
The toilet paper on the bobby.
They call it the toilet paper Bobby. Yeah, no. So what it is, it's
The bobby gets it.
it's a spindle, but you can record it. You have
Oh,
up to
what?
9 seconds to record a sound, and then every time
Okay.
somebody pulls the toilet paper, every time it rolls, it will play said sound or recording.
That could be very scary.
So right. So you could either set it up to have your voice, say something if you want to. I was reading the reviews, and a mom would leave messages for her kids,
Make sure to get all the way clean.
or other people would put in like movie quotes. So, you watched Harry Potter, right?
It's been years.
Okay, so there's a part in Harry Potter when Draco does some spell on Ron, and he
Mhm.
has to. I got this from a review. This isn't
Oh.
this isn't a Blake Bushman original. I'm just giving the backstory for people. He does some spell on Ron, and it makes him puke up slugs, and
Mhm.
so he's puking up slugs. And they go and visit Hagrid, and Hagrid's like, "Huh, better out than in, I say," and hands him a
Iowa.
bucket. And so somebody took that better
Okay.
out than in, recorded it, and now every time they get toilet paper, they get Hagrid telling them that they should keep on going. And I mean, there are so many possibilities with this.
I think if I had the product and I had the potential to record something, I would record like the Charmin thing.
It's just a little
Charmin,
bear
Charmin.
talking.
Yeah, yeah, something like because they always have like the stupidest quotes about wiping. It makes you super uncomfortable. So I definitely feel like that would be like you'd have to record the bear because you wouldn't want it to be in your own voice, but that
Okay,
there's
I
some
mean,
potential
because
for that.
it would be super funny if you were going to the bathroom, you went to grab toilet paper, and all of a sudden I started talking
Oh
to you
no,
like,
no, 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 no,
like,
no, no,
don't
no.
use too much.
We gotta save
But
on
yeah,
squares.
if I went and then I started talking to myself, I would be way more.
What if you
freaked
did the
out.
Liam Neeson? I will find you. You're like, what? Just out here going
I will
number
find
2.
you, and I will kill you.
That's got a lot of potential to be a great prank idea there.
No, I mean I wish I could think of more movie quotes off the top of my head, but there has to be so many good ones that you could put that it would just.
Did we get a price for that one?
Yeah, 17.95. So I
17.95.
mean, that is probably the most expensive toilet paper spindle that you're
Yeah,
ever gonna have to buy.
has to be.
But on the bright side, it also talks.
Yeah, I wonder how like good it works before it actually breaks.
I mean, it has 4.5 stars on
Mm.
over 1,000 reviews.
It's always impressive. You bring up these most random things and like people buy them and use them.
I mean, that I can see the reasoning for that one.
Yeah.
That's something, especially if you didn't tell somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
married.
yeah.
Let's say I don't tell my wife that I bought this for her. The next time she goes to get the toilet paper, the problem is she always puts the toilet paper on backwards.
Oh no.
So I always end up having to fix it anyways. But she
Yikes.
would pull it, and then I would start talking to her just in the middle of a personal situation. That would be great. That I mean, just like
I
the,
think that one
the-
might get you in trouble, Blake.
Oh, absolutely, it would.
But it would be worth it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you would be fine.
There are some things that is better to ask for forgiveness than to
Yeah.
ask for permission. So
Respect.
I would recommend if you're looking for a present for somebody or just a surprise that you want to pull on somebody, highly recommend the talking toilet paper spindle. So Look it up on Amazon.
So there you have it. There we gave you some pro tips, some buys. We will be right back. We're gonna repeat the segment from last week. We had some fans send in some tell us a time, and we've got some great stories coming up for you. We'll be back in 30 seconds with those.
All right, guys. So we got a lot of submissions in actually from different people asking us to tell us a time for this week because that was apparently a lot of people liked hearing our stories, our stupidity, and all the other wonderful things that we had to share.
We
So
got some good ones.
we got some more in this week. We're not going to be able to get to all of them because we don't have that much time to go over all of them. But maybe if we do this again, we'll go back and cover the ones we missed.
Yeah, we for sure want to do the other ones. We just don't want to give you guys too many of our stories right off the bat.
Yeah.
You got to get to know us first.
A little sampler. Jeez. So I got one for Porter here that I picked out from. I don't know who this was sent in by, so I apologize for that. But if you sent it in, thank you. And Porter, I want you to tell us a time when you got in trouble at school.
Oof. See, I was good. It happened on multiple occasions, but I was really good at covering my tracks or just begging vice principals or whatever to not reach out to my parents.
Slip them a 20. Yeah, I know that works every time.
I'm sure it would have. But there was a day. So I went to a junior high that had 2 stories. And so there was a day where me and 3 or 4 friends, I remember a couple of them, and they were kind of my like more troublemaker friends. And so it was the end of lunch period, and we were trying to figure out something to do, to pass the time. They didn't really let us do anything fun. It was probably the winter, so it was cold outside. So what we decided to do is we had our textbooks, and we were so people would like come walking in the doorway, and then there was like an overhang of the stairs from the second floor where we were, and we were like behind the people so they couldn't see, and we would drop our textbooks so they'd land right in front of them as they would like walk in the doors.
Oh my!
And so it was just like this loud, and the people would be like, "Oh!" and they just like lose their mind. So we did this probably 4 or 5 times, thinking, we can just keep doing the same stunt. Nobody's gonna notice who's doing it. There was cameras in the school, and I don't know how we were so dumb to just keep doing it over and over again. But there was this one. So this guy that's like 6'6" is like an 8th grader. That's super weird.
No.
Yeah, yes. I'm not even kidding. I don't remember his name. I think it was like Brian or something, but he was like super tall. And so we see this guy come walking in. We're like, oh, we're gonna drop this thing on the giraffe. This is gonna be awesome.
The giraffe.
And so,
oh my goodness,
we get like all of our books and we drop it, and it's probably like 2 inches from like pancaking this guy, but it lands right in front of him. He like falls over. Like when people are super tall and it's like creates coordination issues, especially at that age. So this kid just like goes flying, and we're dying. We're just looking at him laughing like I had no conscience or what. I don't know, but I told you these people were bad influences on me. I'm not a bad kid, or I wasn't. So anyway, then we're standing there for 5 minutes. We're waiting to do it to somebody else. The kid goes off. He's probably like crying or something. Goes off, finds the band teacher, and the band teacher like comes running through the hall. We drop we had binders on the floor. He grabs our binders and takes them to the office.
The band teacher?
Yeah, because it was like close to the band class.
So why didn't he just talk to you right then himself?
I don't know. He literally grabbed our stuff and ran it to the office.
What a pansy.
We were trying to get away, obviously, so he didn't know who it was. We
thought you ran.
Yeah, like we got out of there.
I thought you were standing there,
stuff,
and he just came up and said, "Sneak."
Yeah, so I walk into third period without anything, just me, no books, no nothing. I'm like, all right, here we go. Shortly thereafter, I came to find out that the one of the people had snitched, and they had found my binder, and it was a whole ordeal. So I get sent down to the vice principal's office. But like right when I get to the office, they're like, "Stupid. All right, we're gonna put you in a room. Keep your head down, walking back there. Do not look at the other people that were associated." I was like, "Whoa, did I go to prison? Like, what is going on?" Like, I was not even kidding. Like, they're like, "Do not make eye contact with them. We need you to leave your phone here so you can't be texting them." And I'm like,
maintain your distance.
Yeah,
like shivved.
We didn't really do anything. Like, I was like, I didn't know how serious they were gonna take this. Like, I think they thought we had like a worse plan, or we were literally doing something stupid. So anyway, Like 30 minutes, I'm just sitting in a room, like the punishment is to put your head down. So I'm just like, all right, sweet. Oh, put my head down. Eventually, the secretary or somebody comes and grabs me and takes me back to Creepy Cressol's office. Was the name of our
I was
vice
gonna
principal at
say.
the time. So I walk in there. I'm like, "What's up?" Like, I don't really know what to say. Ask me what happens. I tell him, I'm like, "Yeah, it was just like a practical joke. We're having fun. We didn't hurt anybody. We were never intending to hurt anybody. If we would have hurt somebody, we would have felt bad. We didn't hurt anybody. We're scaring people. You don't give us anything to do at lunch. There's not like this school sucks." I didn't say that, but I was just like, yeah, like I don't necessarily feel bad about it. I thought it was funny. And he's like, well, we're going to put this on your permanent record, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's going to be awesome when somebody like goes to look me up and they're like, binder dropper. Oh no, we got a binder dropper.
Oh no.
But anyway, I don't know how. I was a little nervous going home that day because I did think he was going to rattle off an angry email to the parents. He didn't. I think I told my
Really?
parents like 5 or 10 years after the fact, and they were like, that was pretty stupid, but they laughed. So
And here's the thing that I'm most impressed about that whole story is the fact that you didn't hit anybody. You guys must have been just amazing at physics
yeah,
in eighth
yeah,
grade
yeah.
because in order to calculate that you weren't going to smack somebody, like I guarantee you, it would have either had to be 12 feet in front of them because I dropped it way too early, or it would have been smack dab on their head.
Let me tell you, you drop that eighth grade earth science textbook, that thing is going to hit the ground in like 0.01 seconds. That thing was like 600 pages plus. So,
You don't know how gravity works, do you?
well, it was quick and it was quick enough. We were calculated. Like I said, we weren't trying to hurt anybody, which was fair. The other kids that were part of the plan who had been in more trouble,
They were trying to hurt
I
people.
think they did get some sort of a detention or stay after school thing where it was my first offense, as the guy put it.
Your first offense.
I was off free and easy, man. I was sailing into class with my binder, with my stuff, and happy as can be.
What would you have done? Let's say, what was that guy's name?
Creepy Cressall.
No, I'm talking about the tall dude.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Brian the giraffe.
He would have tripped trying to get up the stairs to hit me. I would have been safe.
No, I'm asking if it had fallen on his head and like he just passed out, he's cold. What happens next with little eighth grade Porter? Do you just run or do you like address the situation?
That's like a really interesting question. I want to say I would not have done it in the first place, but I did it. So
I was gonna say that's a little too late. You just confessed.
I probably would have ran.
I really hope that
I hate to say it, but
I really hope that 7 foot tall Brian is listening to this podcast right now, and he's
like, no wonder I got scoliosis. I got so shook from that incident.
That is awesome, man. Holy cow.
So there's my tell us a time. Blake, I have one for you.
Oh boy. What you got?
And this came in also from a listener. I want you to tell us a time when you ate something terrible.
I got one.
Ew.
Some people might not agree. I'm gonna give a disclaimer out.
I'm nervous.
I have good taste. If you disagree with me in this stance that I'm about to take, you are a gross human being.
You're gonna say pickles, aren't you? Because you don't like pickles.
I'm going back to when I was a child.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say what it was right now.
Okay.
But I was a little kid, and little kids are easily persuaded by TV and commercials.
Commercials? Oh, like persuaded into doing stuff. Okay.
Yes, propaganda works excellent.
I thought you meant like your parents persuaded you to clean your room by like, hey Blake, you can watch 5 minutes of commercials.
No,
like,
no. Oh yeah, Charmin Ultra.
Yeah.
No, so I was a little kid and I went to the grocery store with my mom. And because I went with her and I was being good, she was gonna let me pick out one treat.
Oh boy.
So I had the whole grocery store ahead of me. And I was like, oh, I know exactly what I want. Because earlier I had seen the commercial for pickles on TV.
I knew it was gonna be pickles.
And this commercial, it was a little girl and a little boy, and she reached into the jar and got this pickle out. And she bit into it, and it was just, and she's just loving it. She's chowing down, and the little boy asks, "Is it juicy?" She says, "No."
Huh?
"Is it crunchy?" She says, "No." "Well, what is it?" It's both. And in my
Huh.
head, for some reason, something that was both juicy and crunchy had to be the best thing ever.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, and the quality of this commercial was just off the charts. And I still remember it was that stupid little bird, like the pelican
Oh, yeah,
pickles,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
like
I got
the
you on that one.
classics or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Super gross. Anyways,
No.
and at this point, I hadn't tried pickles before, but I was like, those sound great. I want to try those. So I pick out pickles as my treat.
What was wrong? Can we dissect a little bit what was wrong with you? Every other kid in the world saw a commercial for pickles, didn't even think twice about it, but somehow little Blake was like, "Oh, okay."
I told you the
Your mom was probably so proud. He's like, "Oh, he's not
n-
choosing something
no,
unhealthy like all those other kids."
she's talked about that. Like she was
She's
so
At
impressed
that moment, we knew there was something
that
wrong.
instead of getting candy or something like that, I wanted pickles.
That's
She's like,
weird.
wow, that's a good snack. Good job. So she helps me pick them out. You know, I find the bird ones because that's what I wanted. And
Not the Walmart brand.
yeah, and they were the big, like full on pickles, like not the
All
slices,
right,
like
all
the
right.
full on things. So we get home, and I am so excited to rip into these things. I'm about ready to get my juice on, my crunch
Oh
on,
my
and I
god.
am just living large.
I can't believe this.
And I stick a fork down in there, get the biggest pickle I can find. Just the so gross. Anyways, I
My
bite into it, and I'll be honest, the commercial was correct. It was both juicy
As advertised.
and it was crunchy. What they failed to mention was the third one was that it tasted like crap.
No.
They did not say delicious. It wasn't juicy, crunchy, and delicious. They left it at juicy and crunchy because they couldn't put it in false advertisement. And it was the worst thing ever. I took one bite, I didn't finish it, and I probably went and threw up in the just wherever I was standing, just immediately.
Wow.
Because if you take a cucumber and just soak it in formaldehyde, which is what no, I'm positive that's what it is.
I think it's
No,
dill, water,
no,
garlic,
no, it
other
is
veg
pickle juice
things.
is two things. It is formaldehyde, which is what they use to preserve dead bodies, and it is just pure raw vinegar.
Oh, I think there is.
And then
I
they
might be
mix it
wrong.
up, and then they probably add like horse urine or
Oh
something.
my gosh.
Like there is no way to get a cucumber, which has very little taste in itself, and then do whatever satanic ritual they do to get it into a pickle
Nah, you're wrong on this one.
without that. And it is so gross. And I know that my people with taste buds out there will come and back me up because pickles have to be the number one worst invention of mankind. Like
There's no way. It's literally a cucumber that tastes better. You just accentuate the flavor.
no, no,
So you're
don't
telling me you get a Chick-fil-A sandwich, no pickles?
absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. I will get
Wow.
Here's the problem with pickles. You put them on any burger, any sandwich. I love burgers. My wife and I have a thing where we have been going around to all these burger places trying to find the best burger. I love hamburgers and cheeseburgers and everything that you can put on a burger. Sounds great.
Mhm.
But when you put one stupid little pickle on there,
Wow.
a little slice of Satan,
My gosh.
it overpowers the rest of the taste.
No way.
And you can't enjoy it because it tastes like you bite into it and you're like, that's what a dead person tastes like.
Oh
It
my
is
God.
so gross.
You're such a drama queen. Pickles are delicious, dude.
No, you're
The
wrong.
story is hilarious though that you saw a commercial and then picked out pickles as a
Yeah.
treat.
So the stupid bird pickles.
I think
they're-
you're just scarred from the fact that you were so stupid you didn't pick out like a candy bar or chips. You're a nice
yeah, I had
beverage.
so many opportunities. I could have gotten Pringles, and instead
Wow.
I ended up with. And then I didn't eat the rest of them, so it was a waste of a.
I think Mama Bushman owes you another treat.
Yeah, hey, yeah, that's a good idea. I like the sound of that.
You got to go shopping.
Like, yeah, if I go grocery shopping again with my mother, I'm gonna pick out a better treat this time because pickles. I don't know that I think that's child abuse to let me pick out pickles. Like my mother is extremely nice to me. I love my mom, but that was one time that she did me wrong.
I think she was just like trying to like let you be creative. She's like, oh, well, maybe he's not going to be the kid that's 7,000 pounds and only eats candy. Oh yeah, we can get him a healthy snack, and it's turned out good for you.
Yeah, no, here and I've tried pickles again. I've tried every kind of pickle probably. And I've tried like homemade pickles. Daxton's mom makes homemade pickles. Everybody loves them. They still taste like death.
No,
Like I don't know what is wrong with you
delicious,
people,
man.
but it is so bad.
Well, we're not going to agree on that one because my mom as well cans homemade pickles and they're delicious. But
Blech.
no, they're good. They're
Blech.
good. They're good.
So bad.
That is going to wrap up the Tell Us the Time segment for today. We did have more submissions, and we want to apologize to those people whose submissions haven't yet gotten onto the show. We promise they are in the works. We will continue like this. I think this segment's fun, so we will continue to do it, and we will at least get through those submissions. So we have some more fire ones coming up that we're excited for. We're gonna wrap up this segment. We will be right back with the not important news.
Oh.
All right, guys. Welcome back to one of the all-time greatest segments on the PM and the AM podcast, the not important news.
That's true. And this time it's a YouTube exclusive.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
So if you're listening to this, we appreciate you checking out our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe for us. It means a lot.
All right, getting into it, to share my story of the week. Pretty crazy. Actually it says the police.
The police. This is not a police.
No, there was multiple police. I don't know if it was like the whole office or what, but they wrangled a loose ostrich on a Missouri road.
Okay, here's my question. How did the ostrich get loose?
They said it was just spotted wandering loose, just wandering through traffic.
Are ostrich native to Missouri?
No, apparently it's just these people have it on like their farm or whatever. And so the officers wrangled the flightless bird, whose name is Clyde, by the way. I think
flightless bird.
we deserve to show Clyde some respect. He got out, he's probably a smart ostrich, was just wandering the streets of Missouri. And, he got free and the police took a hold of him. One thing I thought was a little bit stupid about the report is that the police did not reveal how Clyde managed to escape.
Oh, I was going to
ask how long he was on the loose.
I didn't. I was going to ask how it was stupid. They don't share how they wrangled it. It
just
was like, oh yeah,
they
just put it in a headlock, and it actually probably be pretty easy to put an ostrich in a headlock. There's a lot of neck.
Yeah, but I feel like you would get like pecked there, right?
Well, if you go high up, then if you're sitting on its back and you wrap around like you're probably good. Otherwise, like you can't be standing on the ground and go for the base. Otherwise, you're getting pecked.
That's probably
your
fair.
Eyes are gone.
I did want to share with you guys a picture of Clyde. So we're gonna go ahead and share my screen here. And there is Clyde with an officer, the St. Charles County Police Department.
Wow.
So it seems like after they wrangled, they became friends. And that's the beauty of my story.
Yeah, that's okay. Here's like, I think he should be detained. Like, are there handcuffs around his feet or something?
No, he's just chilling for the picture.
Because, like, they're like, oh, yeah, we got you.
So it seems
and then, let him go to pose for the picture. Like,
it seems like after Clyde was wrangled, he became tamed. I wonder if they shot the trank dart. I used to always see that in the movies. That could have been the thing.
I was going to say, you always hear about a horse tranquilizer. Do you use the same thing for an ostrich?
Maybe a smaller dose. I think they're a little smaller.
An ostrich tranquilizer.
I think they run pretty fast. So shout out to the St. Charles County Police Department for
those guys are quick.
Actually wrangling it. Unshout out to them for not revealing how long it took them. I would have been curious to see if it was like hours or minutes.
Yeah, I want a video.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Is what I want. I want footage of them wrestling this ostrich.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Clyde in his prime fighting against the police.
Well, how I imagine it is, it's like the remake of the Roadrunner. Did you ever watch that cartoon as a kid?
Yeah, for sure.
The ostrich is the Roadrunner, and the cops are the Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
And so they have to do all sorts of crazy stunts. There was TNT involved to try and get this ostrich.
They put the road strips where they like get flat tires for cars, and he ran over
and he runs across it, gets a flat tire.
The thing is, for me, it's like you go to the police academy, you study, you train, you prepare to become a police officer. with the hope of, stopping criminals, with the hope of
Oh, you don't know what Clyde has
bettering the
done.
community. Yeah, I guess he was a fugitive, but I just think that's pretty funny. You get that call as a cop, and you're like,
Not
really?
again.
Yeah. You're like, why could I not work in a normal city where I just have to arrest felons, not animals?
Here's the real thing. Like, let's say you're the 911 operator and you get this call. Ring. Hey, there's a loose ostrich
Your refrigerator is
in the
running.
middle of Missouri. They're like, oh yeah, funny.
Yeah,
Prank.
exactly. They're totally thinking that's a prank call. Hang up, and
Like,
some kid's getting attacked by Clyde.
yeah, at what point do you have to believe that there was an ostrich on the loose? Like, how many calls?
Pictures.
That's true.
Yeah, I think you like
Is there?
pictures are a very trustworthy
Yeah, but you
citizen.
can't like send those into 911, can you?
Maybe
Can you
FaceTime.
text
Maybe a
911?
nice FaceTime.
Bro, check it
Operator,
out.
what's going on?
Yeah, no, that's hey, 911 operator, the cops. Great idea for you. I would be like much more likely to get to text you if I had an emergency.
I think you can text. I don't know about
Can you?
FaceTime, but yeah, I believe so.
Wow, that's the
Future.
future.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, well, I'm very upset that we don't have any footage of that or more
Agreed.
information on how it went down. My news story this week is a bit different than ostrich wrestling.
Couldn't be better
It's probably not better.
though.
It was just something that I saw as I was browsing the internet, and it sounded so weird to me that this is a real thing that you can do. But apparently, you can rent the country of
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein,
What?
for $70,000 a night.
Well, I gotta say, it would be nice to have your own country.
You can rent it. Like it's like
An Airbnb
there's a website
country?
and it's like Airbnb,
Huh.
but you rent like villages, and in
Oh,
this
dang.
case, the
There's
whole
actual citizens?
principality of Liechtenstein.
There's like real people that live there?
Yeah, no, let me look at
Whoa.
this article here. So it's 61 square miles. So it's
Okay.
pretty small.
That's a decent
But
size.
it has
70K. I mean, you're not gonna beat that real estate wise.
but it has 35,000 inhabitants. So
Wow.
basically, for $70,000 a night, you can rent 35,000 people. I'm pretty sure is how that works.
I don't think that's a good way to put it, Blake. I think you
Here-
would you like that as a citizen? I don't feel like I would like that having a new president
yeah,
every single
who's
day.
our president this week?
Yeah, we got the Millers coming in from Tampa, and then we got the Johnsons flying in from Georgia.
I mean, and apparently it can accommodate up to 900 people
Whoa.
and has 500 bedrooms and 500 bathrooms available
Wow.
if you choose to rent. So I don't know if this is just like a massive palace. That's
But
what I
who
like to
has
think.
$70,000 that isn't Elon Musk or Jeff
but
Bezos?
No, I mean, here's the
Spend
thing.
on vacation.
So you split that between the 900 people, right?
Yeah.
That's only $77
Wait a minute.
per
All right,
person.
so we got to find 898 people.
So we have over 900 followers on Instagram.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
getting close to 1,000.
That's
If
true.
we can get together, all of us,
Oh, going to
for
Liechtenstein.
$77.77, we can rent a country and throw the world's best paintball competition.
I thought you were going to say party or something. About
No,
paintball
I want to shoot
competition.
people. You can, and then
That
we
turned
also
into a
have
terrible idea.
we also have 35,000 other participants that they don't know it's gonna
The
happen.
poor people of Liechtenstein when they have to clean up paintball
Yeah, I
mess
mean,
off their whole
I
country.
feel bad for them, but we get to rent a country. So I mean,
That'd be neat.
that's
Gotta say.
a pretty good deal that for $77, if as long as you have 900 people, which okay, there's a bit of a hurdle there.
Yeah.
But
Those flights and stuff, you got to get like 9 flights. You got to.
I bet you can get there with 3.
Yeah, but who's flying to Liechtenstein? That's going to be a chartered private jet.
Yeah, we need to get 900 people there. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a boat, I think.
is
Unless
it
you
a-
can
is-
drive there. I don't know. Is it not an island?
I don't think it's an island.
So we might actually.
I'm
be able to pull this
imagining it's
off.
like a little country,
in Europe.
yeah, in Europe somewhere. Liechtenstein? That sounds like somewhere next to Germany or something.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Well, that's definitely something we got to look into.
Yeah.
Spring break 2021.
here's my question for you. So I already said I'd throw the world's best paintball competition because that sounds sweet. But if you could get 900 people And let's say you do it for 3 nights. So, you're taking that $77 3 times. All right, no big deal. A little over 200 bucks. What are you doing with these 900 people?
900 people.
In
One private
Liechtenstein. So
country.
you're in the whole country that you got.
I don't want to
It's
do anything with
yours.
900 people.
Oh, come on, like you could do a countrywide pillow fight? Oh,
No.
that's sweet. Don't tell me
I
that you're
can't
not
even.
interested.
This is like hard for me to think about what I want them to do. I don't know. You'd have to do some sort of a Guinness World Record, I feel like, for biggest event of something. Like you'd have to look one of those like weird ones up, and with 900 people, I'm sure
Yeah,
you could get a
as
record.
long as everybody brings one rubber band, you could make a mean rubber band ball, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. Like
Okay,
a
but that sounds
random
like a
record.
waste of a country that you're renting a country. You could have it like you could start a war
What if it
with
was?
somebody.
What if it was like
Like you could
tag,
you could just be like, you know what,
hide and
guys?
seek? Oh,
Let's start a war with Russia. And then Liechtenstein attacks Russia, and then you're gone in a couple of days. And
you're out
then
of there, and then the 35,000 people that have to stay there forever
yeah,
are
and then they
screwed.
suffer under Russian regime. But hey, like
As
you
long as we're not there.
you got to dream a little bit bigger, you know.
We could take over the world. That's what I would do with my 900 people.
Take over the world with
Yeah,
900 people. I
yeah.
don't think you understand how.
No, it works like Risk.
Have you ever played
Little by
Risk?
little, we go into, let's say, a smaller country, take that one over,
Yeah.
and
So
keep going.
let's see. Of all the countries in Europe, which one do you think would be the easiest to take over with 900 people?
None of the above.
I was gonna say you can't say Poland because
Oh,
they
savage.
that they had that happen once,
They're
and
probably on the
we don't want to get
defense.
into that territory. So, but
Savage.
so I mean, oh, and also by the way, I scroll a little bit further down on this article, and also apparently for 65,000 you can rent the whole Austrian village of Albach.
Hmm.
So
That might be more my style.
that one's only for 300 people though. So
Yeah, we'd have to do a third of the people, but that would make the details of travel and everything a little easier on our
yes.
part, at least.
Yeah, to get to Austria is a lot easier than Liechtenstein.
Yeah, I'm sure Liechtenstein has some weird laws.
All right. Well, so I mean, if there's any of our listeners out there who are looking to throw a huge event and they needed a whole country to do
Make sure to
so,
invite us.
yeah, please invite us to your Liechtenstein event.
Retreat.
Yeah,
The
your
PM in the AM retreat.
yeah.
I like it.
See, there you go. 900 people. So
The convention.
it sounds like a great time to me. I'm in. I'm on board. I will pay my $77. Don't worry about it.
That's it, though. We're not going more. Can't break the budget.
But thank you guys for listening to this episode. Thank you for watching on YouTube. It means a lot to us. If you don't mind, go listen again on Spotify or
Just hit the play
Apple
button once.
Podcasts. Yeah, you don't have to listen to us again, even though it's probably a good idea. But that's how we get a lot of our revenue through it, is through those. So we appreciate you listening here, though, and we'll be back next week with another episode.
Later.